Ho ho ho, what do you know? We're here with the first top 5 and it's filled with snow. Den here to let you know which snowy stages are great and which really blow. But no, wait a minute. This is the season of giving, so today I'm letting my trusty little Servebot friend introduce the top 5. So, number 42, take it away. This stage has the look, and it's got the sound that doesn't clown around. In fact, this is one of the best tracks in the entire series. While Cold Man himself, he's a rather straightforward boss, just standing around always staring at walls. The stage itself has some nice variety with both the enemies and branching paths, and a whole lot of collectibles. This spike trap section here is a good bit of fun. Overall, the reason why this stage does not rank higher on this list is that while it's got a lot of cool ingredients sitting on the table, they didn't come up with any interesting recipes for putting them all together. Almost as if many of the assets for this stage were recycled from another game. Oh wait.
Number 4! Blizzard Man!
Blizzard Man stage is a weird one for me to place. Every time I look back on it, I recall it being rather average. But every time I'm playing it, I find myself wondering what the heck was I thinking, because this stage is awesome. And that's kind of my weird relationship with Mega Man 6 in general. I think it has something to do with the short nature of the castle stages. But with Blizzard Man stage, not only do you have some incredible music, but you have a whole lot of neat gimmicks here. You have the time bombs that you jump on or slide into, plenty of spots that make use of the game's sick rush adapters, and a lot of great stage enemies, like the giant octopi that make you play jump rope, and a cool submarine section. And I just love the color palette of Mega Man 6. Blizzard Man himself, he is a simple boss, but a fun one. Bobbing and weaving through his snowflakes and jumping over him as he rolls into a big Oreo cookie. Doubly fine stuff indeed.
Number 3! Cossack Stage 1!
Now what a stage. The visuals right off the bat knock your socks off. Just look at this snowy landscape with the evergreen in the background and all that Russian architecture. It's a gorgeous stage and by far one of the more unique ones in the series from a visual standpoint. This might also be the only snowy stage that actually has snow on the ground that slows down your movement. I love these interesting platforming sections meant for you to use the balloon item, and the music really complements the atmosphere as you journey into yet another castle. It rocks hard, and while the enemies are not much to write home about, the level design here is solid and the atmosphere and visuals put this stage at number 3.
Number 2! Rockman!
Ready!
So good it's out of sight. Frostman from Mega Man 8, you heard that right. Regardless of how you feel about the difficulty, this stage is downright incredible. The key word here is variety. Now visually, I love the winter cityscape and how it goes from daytime to nighttime. The second area has the city all lit up in the background while the snow is falling, and it sure is looking good. Now, Frostman stage is famous for its snowboarding, or infamous depending on which side of the camp you're in, because many find all that jumping and sliding to be rather tricky-dicky. But man, do I love it. And I want to see more gameplay like this implemented into some future games. It's pretty easy actually, all you have to do is play the game 30 times like myself. But I can remember my first few playthroughs and having a difficult time, but even then it was always a fun challenge. The rest of the stage is great too, and all the pen sliding around, the icebergs that you can launch and then ride on top of. And my only complaint here is really that there's some areas that don't seem to stick to the winter theme. Like these elevators full of bats. Doesn't make much sense, but regardless, it does add to what was already a whole lot of variety with some really good music. Not to mention Frostman is a big lovable oaf that's fun to fight.
I'll crush you. I will beat you.
Number 1. Tundra Man.
And now the number 1 snowy stage, Tundra Man. Yes, Mega Man 11's Tundra Man has it all. Awesome wintry visuals that remind me of Freeze Man stage from Mega Man 7 with all the fossils in the background. However, not only does it take that theme further, the level design is so much more compelling. The platforming is masterfully done. From the floor layout to the enemy placement, everything is carefully considered here. And just look at the color palette and the atmosphere. It does not get more on point than that. My favorite parts are these chilly wind sections, forcing you to navigate through all the enemies and platforms. And the stage enemies are also great fun, including the mini-boss, a giant icicle summoning mammoth. And to top it off, catchy music that perfectly conveys the icy tone of the stage, and the boss himself is chillin'. Tundra Man is fun to fight, and he has a tricky pattern to nail down. I honestly don't have a bad thing to say here. On all fronts, Tundra Man has the perfect snowy ice stage. And that is why it's number 1.
Honorable mention.
Now before we sign off, a quick shout out to Freeze Man. Because even though his stage isn't anything to write home about, it's pretty average, Freeze Man is one of the most fun fights in the entire series. His moveset is basically straight up Sub-Zero. From the ice ball to the freezing of the floor, to how he'll even get up close and personal to give you the cold shoulder. Freeze Man is one bone-chillin' baddie. So that's it for the top 5 snowy stages in Mega Man. Do you agree or disagree with anything on here? And what makes up your top 5? Let us know down below. And in the meantime, this is Den Den signing off.